And welcome, my Aries. What we're exploring today is the messages that your spiritual team have for you. So we're going to just get right into it, and we're going to start for those Aries who picked pile number one. Now, the energy that you're bringing into this, and it contains so much sadness and so much grief, is this energy of being down, of the struggling, of being held down in so many ways, being held down by your beliefs, the feeling that life has held you down. And this energy that you're bringing in, your spiritual team wants you to know that it is done. It is over. It is time to put it down. Your team wants you to know that they've seen you and they've been with you, and that this time of struggling, this time of feeling lost, for a lot of you, I see, especially for these last few years, you've been just kind of going around in circles and circles, and it feels like you just keep on going deeper and deeper. But this time is ending. It is now time to stand firm and time to call back the pieces. So we have this soul retrieval card, and that's exactly what it is. Whether you know it or not, we constantly give pieces of ourselves away to others, to situations, to life in order to survive, in order to keep on going. And this is what has happened for you. In order to be where you are today, the survival energy, you've had to put pieces of yourself down. And what they're asking for you to do is just stop. Stop and see where you've given away pieces, whether that's been hope, whether that's been dreams, your desires, your wants, your needs. Where have you been putting pieces down? Who did you give pieces to? And they're asking me to ask you, has it been worth it? For I feel like a lot of you, whom you gave pieces to, where you gave pieces to in the past, no longer resonates for you. It no longer fits your life. So it's time to start reclaiming and getting those pieces back. This is why some of you have felt so lost, because you've given so many pieces. And again, we'll do this consciously and unconsciously as well. So, what they want you to know, it's time to open your eyes. It's like some of you have been in this deep slumber of surviving life, and your guides want more for you. They want you to start bringing back your magic. Aries, you have this spark, you have this light, you have this brilliance within you, and the world wants to see that. And they want that for you. They want you to remember how amazing and how brilliant you truly are, and start bringing that magic back into your life, back into your being. And in order to do so, you need to stop. You need to stop giving the pieces away. You need to start making yourself a priority. You need to start activating and calling back in your magic. Now, a lot of you are saying, Jessica, I've got no time, no energy to do this. And I get it, because you've been stuck in the survival mode. But if you don't stop, how else are you going to claim something different? So they're asking me to ask you, where are you giving most of your energy to? Who are you giving most of your energy to? And is it aligned for you in that way and in that manner? Aries, we're so used to being brave and being courageous, and we keep on marching on. Your team wants you to march on, but in a different way, in a way that lights you, that activates the magic within you. And only you can say when enough is enough. Only you can say, I'm not giving my energy to this person, to this situation anymore. It does not serve me. It is no longer aligned for me. And it has to be you who says, I'm done and I'm choosing something else. This is your magic. This is your power. This is what you are known for. Now, your team wants you to know that you're deeply, deeply supported, but they also want to know a lot of you have forgot to ask for their support. You have to remember you have a huge spiritual team, and you have to remember to ask them for help. They can't give assistance without the permission. So even if you don't know whom your team is, you don't know how exactly they can help you, but what you can do every morning is say, my team, please, please assist me to activate my magic, to step away from what no longer is aligned for me, to help me find my spark again, to find myself again. Ask them for help to call in all of those pieces that you have either put down or given away. It's time to come back to you. You've got this, Aries. I want you to know how much deeply loved you are. And a lot of your spiritual team is missing you. It's missing that magic spark. It's missing you, your energy. So if you are an Aries and you are listening to this and you haven't talked to your team lately, you haven't asked for their support lately, this is the big message. Do so now. Sit down quietly, ask for their assistance, and allow yourself to receive. I hope this message resonates with you. I hope you hear it. And sometimes we have to hear the message a few times. So come back in a few days and listen to the message again. You will hear new things. Sending you love, sending you magic, my dear, beautiful Aries. Welcome to pile 2. This is your guidance from your spiritual guides if this is what resonated for you. Now, the first card we're going to explore is the drum. And what I can hear is the music of your own heart, of your own soul. But your spirit team wants me to ask you, whose drum are you listening to? I feel that a lot of you are trying so hard to find your way, to find your purpose, to find your alignment. But I feel like I hear a lot of you hearing other people's drums, their thoughts, their opinions about how you should be living your life. And a lot of you, I just feel this deep, deep desire to hear the music of your own beat, your own drum in your careers, in your life. What is it that fuses you, that activates you, that inspires you? And this is what I feel that you are looking for. So your spirit guides really want you to pay attention to whose drum you're listening to. Because for a lot of you, I feel like you're not hearing your own drum, your own wisdom, your own intuition. And they're telling me it's time. It's time to turn your hearing, your ears to you, to your inner drum. And again, to be really, really open and honest and aware as to whose drum you're listening to. And for a lot of you, it's a few drums. It's your families, it's your friends, it's societies, about all the ways that they're telling you of how you should live your life. Now, Aries, the one thing that we do and do well is beat our own drum, following the tune that no one else can hear. That's what we're made for. We're made to be the trailblazers. We're made to be the leaders. And what your team is asking you is now to be the leader of your own life. And it's not saying that you're not, but you're getting confused by listening to the sound of everyone else's drums. They want you to be still. They want you to be present and listen. Listen to the sound of your own song, your own music, your own inspiration. For a lot of you, you're going to need to be still and patient. Now, I know this is one of our biggest themes in our lives is patience, but it's the patience to listen to yourself. You can sometimes get so overwhelmed, so confused, so busy with listening to everyone else's drums that sometimes you take on their drums and you lose your own beat. You lose your own song. And this is what this resting card is to be still enough to hear your own song, your own direction, your own alignment. And your guides want you to know that this is the year. This is the time to make sure that you can hear your own song. Yes? And this is the thing here too now. The whole word Lord card is about communicating with yourself, being open and honest of what's not working for you and what is working for you. What is it that you truly want? What it really inspires you? And a lot of you are going, I don't know. I've been so busy, so consumed by other people's drums. I don't know anymore. And this is what this card is about. It's about finding out. So, Aries, your team wants you to make a vow, a commitment right now for these next weeks, these next few months before your birthday to find your tune, to find your drum, to listen to it, to hear it, to resonate with it. Your song, your tune has so much wisdom, so much guidance, but you've lost the ability to hear it, to feel it, to follow it. And that is what this card is asking. Now, the staff card, this is so interesting because all of a sudden I can just feel the staff go boom. It's like this declaration, it's like this line in the sand that it is time. Aries, it is time to stand up and to hear your drum. Is it going to be sometimes scary? Yes. Is it going to be sometimes awkward? Yes. Is everybody going to understand you? No. Aries, you've been here before. Most people will look at your choices and decisions and go, OMG, what is Aries doing? And you don't have to validate their worries, their concerns. Once you listen to your drum, once you have your own truth, it will so deeply resonate. It will bring in the confidence, it'll bring in the awareness that you can deeply, deeply declare what it is that you're doing because it is so aligned, it is so resonant. And you will get people wondering why you're making these choices and decisions. Why are you making these changes? But it's because you will be deeply aligned and deeply know. Yes. So this card for you is so powerful. This is about stepping, owning your power. And this is what your team wants you to do. They want you to remember whom you are, what you are. They want you to live your highest expression, your highest potential for your world and your life. Now, I'm not saying that you're not doing that, but for those who chose this, there is some areas in your life that you are not. You have consciously or unconsciously got derailed by other people's drums. It happens. It happens to us all. But the message here is your team wants you to hear your truth, stand in your power, and be the person you want to be. Create the life you want to create. And your team is saying that you have the power to do it. This year is your year, but it's about putting down that declaration, making you the priority, making what that drum, your inner soul, your inner heart, your inner wisdom has to say for you. This is powerful. This is amazing. This is what essentially you have been waiting for. This is your permission to do it. I feel like a lot of you have been putting yourselves to the sidelines, waiting for permission. This is your permission. Your team is giving you permission. They want you to stand, to hear your own beat, to hear your own song and move forward. Let me know how much this resonated for you. Let me know if you feel the feels on this. So great to hear from you, Aries. And now we're going to go into pile number 3. And welcome, Aries. If pile number 3 resonated with you, we are going to dive right in. Now, these 4 cards are holding so much wisdom, so much power, and so much guidance within them. So the first card I want to focus is the Lady of Love and Compassion. It is time. It is time to show yourself some gentleness, some compassion, some love. You who have picked this cards have forgotten yourself. You've forgotten to love yourself. You've forgotten to see how amazing you are. I see a lot of you who have stepped into this pile of cards. Oh, your heart is so heavy, and there is this sadness here. It's you have forgotten you. And this card is asking you to start remembering yourself within your world, within your life, within your choices, and within your decisions. This group has been so focused on others, so focused on their external world, that you've kind of left yourself in the dark. So your guides want to ask you, how long is it going to take? What do you need to do to finally reach out and grab yourself? Show yourself the love and the compassion that you have forgotten for so long. Now, this actually lends itself into the Blade card. I feel like a lot of you are holding your own self down. There's old guilt, there's old shame. So, what is the guilt? Guilt is the feeling of doing something wrong. Shame is the feeling of being wrong. And a lot of you are holding on to this old energy. For some of you, it's like 5 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old. It's like these scenarios and situations that you're still holding yourself down in and refusing to give yourself the love, the courage, the self-worth, the self-approval. And your team wants you to know it's time to cut this free. No one else is holding you down like this but you. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why am I holding myself down? Are you scared that something is going to happen? Are you scared that you're going to want change? And we'll do this. Sometimes we'll hold ourselves in a prison of guilt and shame because we're scared that we want something different. And if we want something different, then we're going to have to make changes. Sometimes it's just easier to just keep on doing the do because at least you know what that is. But deep down, you're wanting different. You're wanting changes and you're holding yourself down. Your team, your spiritual team wants you to know it's time to cut yourself free. Please cut yourself free from this energy. You've done it long enough. You've held yourself back. You've held yourself down long enough. Your team wants you to be free. Now that lends me into the next card here, the corn, which is all about growth, prosperity, reaching new heights within your life. I want you to think about the corn and the corn stalk. It's literally usually the highest thing growing in a garden. It reaches towards the sun. This is what your team wants. They want you to reach up out of this darkness that you've been in, out of this darkness of forgetting to love yourself and to give yourself your compassion, this forgetting and keeping yourself down. They want you to reach up, to be seen by the sun, to be nurtured, to be held, and to be loved. Yes? But you have to be the one to say, I'm ready for this. I am going to do this. I am going to make this possible in my life. So this card is so, so beautiful. It's like the alternative of what you've been feeling, of how you've been living. And they want you to know it's very, very, very possible, but you need to cut yourself free from what has been holding you back. Now, a lot of you are going, well, I don't know. I don't know what's holding me back. Well, that's what you have to find out. How are you holding yourself back? Aries, you are the leaders, the trailblazers. Usually, that traits within us is our blessing, but also our disguise, because no one else can hold you back more than you. And that's what I feel like this group is all about. Yes, you are worthy to claim the corn card. And I think you have forgotten that. And your team wants you to remember that. You are worthy of a life of alignment, abundance, prosperity, joy, health, happiness. And the Cosmos card says that you are deeply supported. It's like the universe is ready for you to step into this. But Aries, you have to take the first step. You have to step into the cornfield in order to receive. And a lot of you have not been in the cornfield. You've been in the sidelines. Yes? So I want you to know that your team is ready to support you, that the universe is ready to support you, but they're waiting for you to step into the cornfield all on your own. It has to be you who declares and cuts with the blade card all of those thoughts, all of those beliefs, that guilt, that shame, that fear has been holding you back. It's time to cut that free. Aries, life is short. And if you don't cut yourself free, who is? Who's going to do it for you? No one. In our world and in our lives, we have to cut ourselves free. And this is what your team wants you to do. So are you ready to do that? Are you ready to see in all the different ways that you are holding yourself back? Are you ready to get really open and honest with yourself? And it doesn't mean that you have to do a whole bunch of action here and now, but are you willing to let go of all of that old energy that's literally holding you, imprisoning you? I want you to know there is more waiting for you. You just need to reach out and grab it. Yes. I want to know if this resonates with you. I want to know how you're doing, how you're feeling. And make sure that you tune in to the next week when we do messages from your guides again. Every time we listen to messages like this, it activates new things in us, new awareness, new possibilities and opportunities. And that's what we're here for. We're here to raise Aries, to awaken, to align, to activate their lives to their highest potential. I love you all and see you again next week.